Hey everybody, how are you doing? Sun is just getting to come up here, and we have had a ton of wind lately. So I picked a spot that I might think that might be protected a little bit by the wind. If you can see over there across the water, we're gonna have a southeast wind, so it's gonna be coming from that direction. Haven't been here in a while, haven't been here a minute. I would put this launch point and the kayak launch and my route on Patreon. So if that's something you're into, you want to see fish report and kayak launches, well, join Patreon today. I will be putting this one into Patreon. So we're gonna see how it goes. I really don't know what to expect. And I say that often, but I really don't today. I haven't been here in a handful of years. So we're gonna fish a little bit. I'm gonna hurry up and get on the water because the winds are supposed to kick up the late morning. So I don't know how many casts I'm gonna be able to get in today, but I'm gonna try and get as many as I can. Thanks for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Great kayak bag. Don't forget, you can save 10% off. Blue Dot Outfitters. Kayak cooler. Got my drinks in there. All right, so we're gonna start with a kind of a search and destroy lure. Not being out here in years, I'm gonna look for a flounder. I always do, I think, but everything I'm going to. So I'm gonna get one of my Gulp out of my trusty waterproof box. We don't really have a whole lot of tide movement today, so that's gonna be a tricky. So days that we don't have a lot of tide movement, you're not going to have a lot of predator fish activity. Even if you're seeing bait and everything else, they're not going to really be on the prowl to eat. I see birds diving way over there. Way over there. I can't tell what kind of birds they are, but I have to get on my horse and run. All right, now, one of the things that I will say is that these houses have lights. Now, what does that mean? Lights attract bait and predator fish. So, if you have a light on overnight, you have fish in it. So there might still be fish in those lights. A lot of times they start going away, but you can get lucky and catch a couple lingering. So we got a little or no wind right here. Water temp is 74 degrees, and water visibility is probably like 3 feet. 3 feet, maybe like 3 or 4 inches. There's not a lot of water visibility, and like I said, a couple days ago we had some rain, and what happens is that all the fresh water drains into these bayous and channels and creeks, and that can really push the fish out, especially if you do have bad water visibility. So I don't know if the fish have gotten pushed out and they just hadn't made the way back in, or the water is still really fresh. I'm assuming it's fresh because, you know, I got out, my legs got wet, and it's not looking like salt water on my pants. So I think the water is going to be pretty fresh still in here, which is bad if you are fishing for saltwater fish, because you don't want you don't want fresh water. And yes, I know reds can hold up in brackish water and blah blah blah, but from my experience over the last 10 years of kayak fishing, is that when you do have fresh water go into areas like this that drain hundreds and hundreds of square feet of roadside and gutters and all that, and one of the arteries that open up to the Houston ship channel, when you do have fresh water in those arteries, such as this one, it's not going to make for a very fishy day. Well, you know what? We really haven't got nothing yet. A couple little hits, maybe a bump or two. Nothing. Think of the water is just a little fresh right now, and that happens a lot with the runoff and rain. The water will get fresh, especially when you're one of these major arteries that drain out into the ship channel and then into the Gulf. Fish would gulp just because, you know, everything. Gulp is kind of like live shrimp. Everything and anything will bite it. So, just to see. I mean, I wouldn't complain if I even just ended up with a few dinks. You know, I shouldn't complain at all, because any day on the water is a good day. Any time out here is a good day. But I'm thinking it's real fresh. So, I'm going to head out to a bigger bayou. I'm going to head out to a bigger opening and see if I see anything on the way and cast at it and fish that a little bit. The wind just picked up just a little enough to remind me that it's supposed to be a windy morning. Oh my goodness. Look at this tiny guy right here. This guy is so tiny. Look at him. He's so small. He is tiny. Yeah, that's funny. Get off, buddy. Don't want to hurt him. He cooked himself real good. Ah, he popped it. He nailed it though. Little baby. That's hilarious. See, that gulp is done. I didn't know what it was at first. I thought I had got little picks from like a little pinfish. So I didn't even have the camera rolling when we were worried about it, and then all of a sudden it yanked back. Well, that's the morning it's been. You know, it has been slow going. It has not been very productive at all. I'm gonna put pink on. No bites really, just a couple little pinfish. Well, the wind finally made it. It's starting to pick up just a little bit. Let's got off the phone with friend of mine said Galveston was already blowing about 18, so I figured it was just a matter of time before we started blowing over here. It's still only about 12, maybe 14, but that is about as much as it picked up all day. But it's on its way, and that's gonna do it. You know, one little flounder and one small gap top. But you know, it's always a blessing to be able to come out and be on the water. And although it didn't produce the kind of results I would have liked, this gives me another spot to know that I can go to when we do have windier weather. So today was kind of like a scouting trip. I hadn't been here in about, man, maybe 4 years. Haven't put in over here, so I take it back. I think it's probably been closer to 3. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. Sorry, wish I would have had more fish, but any day on the water is a good day. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget, we do have our Patreon. So if you want to be a Patreon and help further support the channel, please do. And until next time, hopefully you catch me hooking up. Thanks.